and they had a consciousness of the Islamic world as a political unit, right? This concept of the nation state is actually quite weak in most Muslim societies. It's people have a lot of they identify very much with their tribe, their group of 100 people. That's their tribe. They also identify very much with this 1.5 billion people that are Muslims, but they don't really identify with their 100 million strong nation state. They really don't. And that's why we see so many political movements that are cross borders, right, in the Muslim world. So
I think
the Muslim world is never going to accept a non-Muslim imposition within Israel. It doesn't actually matter that it's Jews. If it was Zoroastrians or Hindus, I mean, they also would feel that way.
Is it the reason why Syria is getting messed up, and then Lebanon is getting messed up because they are not the kind of like super Muslim state, because they are Syria is secular, and then Lebanon is almost mostly Christian in the beginning. Now they are mostly Muslim. So it's like there is could this be the reasoning why insurgencies are being funded by some of these Arab countries, maybe Saudi, maybe Qatar or Iran, but Iran is not Arab, it's Persian. So like could it be the reason? And then Palestine is just yet another one of this. It's just that it's easy because it's Jews. Because once you have Jews, it's easy. You can use the holy text and then just whack them. So because I found the Israeli guy that I was watching, he does make very good points that they are all Semitic. Like the Palestinian people are Semitic people as well. So when you say anti-Semitism, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always anti-Jew. You can be anti-Palestine as well, and they should be one people. And I find that is very attractive idea that they should live peacefully together and they should bind together so strongly to fight against the rest of the Arab world and stay strong. And if that can be succeeded, that would be beautiful. But the thing is, we are still, I don't think I will even see it in my lifetime, tentatively speaking, because you need a very powerful leader on the Palestinian side to champion for that. The guy that died, the PLO leader previously.
Yes,
although Arafat is not that leader yet, but he's powerful enough to get people together. But now it's a mess again. And whoever that is in charge, the guy, I forgot his name, in Palestine, the Palestinian Authority, he's not the guy. He just don't have the command of the authority. He don't even dare to run an election because he feel that he will lose the election, which is why there's no election in West Bank. And nobody asks about it. Nobody talks about when is the next election. Nobody push because that is not the norm in the Arab world, and nobody wants to talk about it. So,
hey, look, I want to respond to Joseph Stalin in the chat. This guy's you're totally wrong, man. You're saying most of the tribes in the Arab world came across European ideas like nationalism and formed their own states and broke away from them. See, that's only true, arguably for Turkey. Maybe for Iran. I don't think you can make that argument for Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Palestine, Israel. Well, Israel's a whole other story. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, even. All of these countries were basically were carved up by the British and French, right? And really, this is the point I'm trying to make, is that it's not actually about the Jews. The Jews are the proximate cause here. But really, this is a crusade against the British. The problem is not that there's a Jewish state necessarily, but that there's a state that was created by the British and is still basically a Western imposition on the Muslim world. And that's also why you see Al-Qaeda is so anti-Saudi, anti the Saudi government, because Saudis are stooges of the Americans, who are a continuation of the British, right? That's the issue here.
Yeah. So,
but I would encourage you, Joseph, to jump on the open mic, man. We can talk.
Yeah. So my understanding is that most of these, so there is always a lot of tribes competing in the entire Arab world. Always, there's always a lot of different tribes, and the tribe that are the monarchies nowadays, or that who are in power today, they are all the ones that decided to take Western help, and then they actually grow into power, because that's the only way. If you get the Western support, then you get weapons, money, trade, economy, and then eventually you will conquer the tribes that is you're fighting against. So which is why basically almost all the Arab states that you see today, they are actually all created and supported by the West. That is the reality. It's a very scary reality. And the fact that Israel is a bit special because Israel actually fought the British. They have this ultra right wing group that actually conducted terrorist attacks against the British before the end of the mandate, and they drove the British away in a way. So and that's also the group that the pro-Palestinians keep pointing at and say that it's the Israeli that attacked the Arabs first. No, but actually no, I also don't know what is the real truth of those days. But no, so the Israeli has never been very they are not a colony, put it that way. They are not a colony. They do their own shit. If they are a colony, they wouldn't have struggled so hard, during the Arab-Israeli war. They would have gotten weapons from the West. The West don't even want to feed them weapons. They have to buy it through Czechoslovakia. So that's why the arguments by the pro-Palestinians, I can't take it, because it's like, they say that I don't believe history. I don't read history. They tell me to read more. I'm not sure it's me or them. I'm very confused.
They're totally emotional. They're totally emotional and totally uneducated on the history of Palestine, where they say things like, "Oh, Palestine has existed for thousands of years." That's not true at all. Palestine is totally a fiction that was created by the British. The British made it a Palestine. It was a administrative region within the Ottoman Empire. They're just Arabs. They're just Arabs who happen to live in that region, and then they call them Palestinians. That's all they are.
The land is called Palestine.
Dude, they're the natives. Palestine is a name for the natives.
Correct.